What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Happy Saturday. I told you guys that we just got out of the Beyond the Gates that we was gonna come over here and we was gonna talk about this. Down to we have some TV talk. We got Love and Marriage Huntsville, and we have Heart and Hustle Houston, baby. We got some things going on, so let's get into it. Um, sorry. Let's get into it. So with that being said, um let's start with the Heart and Houston ladies, the Heart and Houston Hustle ladies, because I know once we get on Love and Marriage Huntsville, child, y'all gonna want to talk about that. So let's get into that. Um, thank you, Chuck. Thank you. So got a little bit glare here. The sun is changing positions. So listen, Heart and Hustle. Yes, honey. I called you to see if you wanted to join us on our Beyond the Gates because this was such a good week, and I know you had things to say. Okay, but yeah, you can still give me a call. So, with that being said, though, let's get into it. So, um, since Heart and Hustle Houston came back, the ladies have been cutting up. I mean, we found out that a lot of season two, at least the first two episodes, are dealing with things that happened after the cameras went down. That in between watching the show and starting to film again, we've said a million times that when you do reality TV, you have to live these things three times. And I really think the Heart and Hustle Houston ladies, I think them missing that, not getting a reunion has really affected um their relationships. So thank you, Kitty Dog. Hey boo. So when we came back in, we see that Labrina has issues with pretty much the whole group. But her and Latoria, but it seemed like everybody else was kind of like okay, but now it's starting to be some cracks in the foundation. So last week, and we talked about this on Wednesday when we did the Heart and Hustle panel. Millie Chan was able to capture, shout out to Millie Chan. She was able to capture Labrina doing a live, and Labrina was addressing Elena. Now we know that Elena is going through a divorce, separation, whatever her and her husband are going through, child. And Labrina actually had a conversation with her husband, which a lot of us called out and we said, you broke code. That was a violation. Why are you talking to that woman's husband? Boom, boom, boom. Well, Labrina came down here and said that Elena is weird and that Elena has been in her inbox and like trying to come at her. And she said that Elena's doing weird stuff, like doing, if you on Instagram, when you talk to people, you can put it on like vanishing mode, or you can just put it like regular. And a lot of times people put it on that vanishing mode when they talking and they want to take it off and put it back on and take it off kind of thing. And thank y'all. That's why y'all got the bonnet last night, because I had the front was out, honey. So I had to get the front redone. So, and she asked me, she's like, you want me to do the same thing? You want me to do something different? I said, do something different. And I like it. It's cute. I really like what she did. So, what's up, French Kiss? Hey, girl. I asked in the group, in the Ladies Who Love Sports group, where everybody's watching the game tonight, and Tracy is trying to get me to do a watch party on Discord. I don't know. I got to see if I can figure that thing out. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got some tea in my inbox. Let me read it, please. Pause. Wait a minute. If it's petty, he will show up with the concert. Okay, sorry about this. This is my my inside person, they must be in the bushes. Hey, that be telling me some things that's going on down to the Love and Marriage Huntsville street. So I had to see what they was gonna say. So we'll get to that when we get to our Love and Marriage Huntsville part of this live. So so that was Labrina and Elena. Now I have not seen where Elena has responded one way or the other. I don't follow Elena on Instagram. I just because I don't know her Instagram name, but I do follow Labrina. I follow Latoya and I follow Ro. I wasn't, and I do follow Chloe now. Okay, now about 2 weeks ago, Ro dropped on her Instagram. She said that one of her castmates was the biggest clown out there, or something along those lines, and I assumed that she was talking about Labrina because of the episode we saw, and we saw that Labrina wasn't really cool with them, so I thought it was with Labrina. But a little birdie whispered in my ear and said, it's not about Labrina. And I was like, well, then who is it about? So a little birdie then whispered in my ear, it's about Chloe. I said, Chloe? When did her and Chloe start having issues, right? So a little birdie told me that, there's some issues with Chloe and Ro. And I was like, what is going on with Chloe and Ro? Well, let me tell y'all what happened today. Well, I saw it today. I don't know when it happened. Let me tell y'all what happened. Okay. So last night, I saw it last night, technically. Last night, Chloe, this is her Instagram with her daughters. I mean, she shows her daughters on the show, y'all. So don't nobody start being like, why are you showing her daughters? She shows her daughters on the show. Okay. But she posted a whole story on her Instagram last night with her taking her daughters out to dinner. I guess they went to Roost Chris, honey. Y'all know I like me a good Roost Chris steak. And I've had a taste for some steak. I might have to find somebody to take me down to the Roost Chris. It's my birthday month. I'm taking all birthday invitations and donations. It's my birthday month. Actually, that's what I put on there. I'm not doing a wish list this year. Y'all know in the past I've done like wish lists and stuff like that. Dig on my girl. Look at Treese. Treese say, let's go. Baby, let me tell you something. When I say Treese is always ready to go eat, Treese is always ready to go eat. When I tell y'all that, please understand that Treese is always ready to go eat. I love it. But y'all see I have my Cash App pinned. I'm really not doing a wish list this year. And to be honest, I don't have anything other than a chair. I'm buying a chair. So if y'all want to donate to a chair fund, y'all can send a Cash App. That's going towards the chair fund. I think I found the chair that I want. So if y'all want to donate for the birthday, I'm sorry, I had to take a birthday pause for the cause. That's the pause for the cause for the birthday. Okay, moving right along. So, Chloe says the following. Some people have to go looking for a storyline. Production never had to dig for mine. And unfortunately for me, my story usually shows up like, hello, I'm here. I said, okay. Entrepreneurship, motherhood, love, loss, growth, reinvention, purpose, and a whole lot more I didn't ask for. I said, oh. Funny thing is, I've lived enough life to fill a few seasons already. The cameras just happened to show up. I've never had to create a plot twist. I've survived plenty of them. Plus, my heart facts is clean in real life. That's all that matters. I said, oh, shit. I said, oh, not Quake on a date. Hey, Quake date. Hey, date. Hey, Scotty Boo. ReallyB birthday kickback in Atlanta is canceled because she ain't see my first comment. I didn't. Hey, Scotty Boo. And it ain't canceled. I'll be there. I know how to get. I know where you live, and I know how to get there. It's still somewhere in my GPS. I just got to scroll back and find it. Baby, I know how to get to your house. Scotty, I did not see. Hold on, let me scroll. I'm scrolling all the way back up to the top. Scotty, it's not here. StreamYard does that sometime. I promise you, I don't see no comment here from you. Let me double check. Scotty, that's the first comment that's on StreamYard from you, boo. And I mean that, I ain't got no reason to lie. When y'all come to Louisville, let's go to Jeff Ruby's and drop $100 on a cowboy ribeye dinner. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, French Kiss, you said let you know we could hit that Ruth's Chris in Virginia. Cause me and Treese we live right by the bridge. So we can go right on across the bridge and hit that Ruth's Chris right on is it one in Alexandria or Arlington? I think Alexandria. Isn't it a Ruth's Chris in Alexandria, y'all? I was telling you to call me once this is over because I need your help. Okay, because it's funny, I was gonna call Jamar anyway this weekend about the kickback. I'll call you, boo. Now, Arlington, yeah. So let's hit the Arlington one, y'all. Let's hit it. We'll talk. Because I got French Kiss, you texted me the other day. I'm gonna lock your number in. All right. Ro probably told her some uncomfortable truths about her relationship with Jordan and his mother. Ooh. When is the trip to Louisville? We're going to Louisville the weekend of October the 24th for the Louisville Book Festival. Let me tell y'all something. So it sounds like Chloe is responding to comments made as it relates to storylines and things of that nature. Now, maybe Ro did make some comments about her relationship with Jordan or things of that nature. I'm not sure. But it's interesting that Chloe is okay, Kitty Doc, I'll let you know, boo. That Chloe is responding to something. I mean, this is very specific and directed. Well, y'all know Ro is a very direct person as well. So let me tell y'all what Ro had to say. This is coming from Ro's Instagram. I saw this today. Ro said, Chloe is the only cast member that has publicly spoke negatively about us on interviews. Now, I've never seen a Chloe interview, but I believe you, Ro. And then she says, stop sending me that post about her not caring. All lies. Sick of the BS. I said, what? And then it says, I definitely never gave a fuck. And if people kept my name out their mouth, I wouldn't have responded. So I definitely now believe that the comment was about Chloe. So now it looks like Chloe and Ro got an issue. Now the question is this going to play out on the show, or is this this is something that's happened after filming? Like, are we going to see this play out on the show? Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, that's the question. Are we going to see it on the show, or this is just some new stuff? I don't know. But that's what's going on down to the Heart and Hustle Houston. Now, I have gotten some tea in my inbox. I'm not at liberty to share it yet, but once it plays out, I can let y'all know that I knew and can maybe give y'all a little bit of the insight. But what I will say is I do know at least one of these situations we will see a little bit more play out on the show. I can't really get into more details than that. Right, Gabby. Gabby says, so that means that the beef with the girls on the show is just brewing. Thank you, Miss Rail. Thank you. Yeah. It's just getting started, y'all. Here's the thing. I'm torn. And I'm going to tell you why I'm torn on this. I'm torn because, number one, y'all know I like mess. Like, let's be honest. We all like mess. We will be a liar to say we didn't. Like, we all like mess. Okay, let's just call a thing a thing. But the flip side of that is, yes, we like mess, but I really like these positive Black women entrepreneurs doing the damn thing. And I really hate to see that they are fighting. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs and all the details because, like I said, I haven't seen any interviews with Chloe, so I'm not even sure what Chloe said. Now, I might have to go and find them. Maybe I have to look on YouTube and see who she did interviews with. I don't know if she went on a podcast or things of that nature. But I hate that. But on the flip side, I mean, of course, it makes the show interesting. It makes things interesting. We would be a liar. Like, y'all, I wouldn't have 75 people in here right now if we didn't care nothing about the mess. Y'all know what I'm saying? Do we know how many episodes comprise of this season, and will there be a reunion? Chuck, good question. I don't know either answer. Thank you, Yvette. Last I talked to anybody as it relates to the show, they didn't say anything to me about a reunion. What I will say is they didn't even know they were getting a season 2. It was kind of like Y'all gotta wait. Y'all gotta wait. Y'all gotta wait. Oh shit! Wait a minute, we filming. And it was like, wait, what? Like, when did y'all say we was gonna be filming? So it was kind of like, wait, go. So I don't know how many episodes, and I don't know about a reunion. But I'm gonna ask somebody. Y'all know Ro will drop down in my chat sometime. And Latoya actually dropped down in the chat the other day when we were doing the panel. So, well, I mean, she did my when I did my live last Sunday. So the next time they drop down in the chat, I'll ask them. Now they may or may not be able to answer, but I'll ask them. Y'all know, y'all know me. I'll ask. Just remind me. Y'all know I'll ask. They do need a reunion. They definitely do need a reunion. They definitely need a reunion. All right, so that is Heart and Hustle Houston. Now let's get into the Love and Marriage Huntsville of it all, because y'all know. So last week, we were having the great mystery of what was going on with Melody was dropping these cryptic tweets. And then we found out that there was an alleged assault and there was an alleged warrant. Well, Melody said it was a warrant. I guess that wasn't alleged. It was a warrant that Martel put out on her for DV. Allegedly, there was an incident at one of the kids' school, and Melody put her hands on Martel. Allegedly, Martel filed paperwork, and then there was allegedly a warrant for Melody, and that's what she was speaking on. And then Melody dropped receipts saying that it's all a plot to keep her from being able to move to move to Atlanta. And then Melody showed this video on her Instagram talking about in Atlanta, or good to be in Atlanta or something, with the kids in the pool and her having, dinner with her brother and his, I think it's either his husband or his boyfriend. Let me say this. When I saw that video, I really didn't take much heed to it because I felt like it was clickbait from the point of view of, we know Really Beatrice and they'll need to host a reunion. Well, you send them an email, Chuck, and tell them, Chuck, you tell them we need to host a reunion. Send an email down to production for Heart and Hustle Houston. I'll give you the producer's name. You send them a good Chat GPT email and say, I'm really enjoying the show and y'all need a reunion and I have the perfect host. Go on and tell them. Oh, speaking of which, I did request for interviews. I have to go through OWN. OWN has to approve it. So y'all keep y'all fingers crossed that I might be able to do some interviews with some of the ladies from Heart and Hustle Houston, because I did request. So y'all keep y'all fingers crossed, okay? So yeah, let the people know. Okay? Let the people know. I'll go down to the Houston and do a good old nasty reunion. I had to get Treasure Lane to make me a good old nasty dress for the reunion. Get my good shapewear out. Give me my good Spanx together. Will do. Sure will. Okay. May even get Elena to do my mug. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I can afford her, but we're gonna find out. Okay. So a nice click ponytail. Okay. All right, we could do it. Look, I'm down. Listen, y'all ain't got to tell me nothing. So, now we haven't heard from Martel. Martel hasn't spoken on it. Again, I was talking about the clickbait for Melody. I felt like it was clickbait. I didn't believe that the kids were actually in Atlanta. I felt like that was an old video that Melody just put up there. Like, I don't know. Let me tell y'all something. When I get some money, notice I said when, not if. When I get a little piece of change, when I really get the money I'm trying to get, when I'm like, fuck it, I'm even making $50,000 on YouTube on a bad month, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm going to have me a Christian Siriano original. I love him. And I love how he styles bigger women. I love that he, I love his style anyway, and I love that he will definitely do a thick woman, a big woman, especially a black woman, because a thick black woman is different from a thick white woman. I debate your mama. And I think he always does a really, really good job. Even if I don't always like the dress itself, I always love the fit. He does a good job. So, Debbie, that's on my wish list. Like, that is like literally, Chuck, I'm not even playing with y'all. That's on my wish list to have an original, a Christian Siriano original. That is on my wish list. Absolutely, he is. Him, and it's a few other of the black designers from Project Runway that I would definitely want a piece from. Yeah. Anyway. So Martel has come down here and he has spoken. He has spoken. And let's talk about what Martel Holt had to say. And again, y'all ain't got to agree. Y'all don't have to like. Okay, but let's talk about it. Okay. So Martel posted this down to his Instagram. Martel says the following. Melody Rogers, notice how he calls her Melody Rogers, so he doesn't say Melody Holt, falsely accused me of abuse for the 4th or 5th time. For the 2nd time, she has sought a protection order against me involving both her and our children based on lies. Sadly, Melody had our 2 oldest children testify against me. What hurt my heart the most was hearing things that simply were not true. Melody went all in on this one without thinking about how our children would feel when they had to come back to their father afterwards. The judge heard all the testimony and reviewed the evidence. Dismissed. Just like the other false accusations, stop believing every narrative. Some people are more interested in money, attention, and Patreon content than the truth. My focus remains on loving and supporting my children. Now, y'all know he threw that Patreon content in there because Melody said she was going to drop the receipts in Patreon, right? So then Martel posted this. It's a final order. It says the amended final order. This is Melody Holt for the minor children versus Martel Holt, defendant. So Melody was the plaintiff, Martel was the defendant. And this is, it says it's a final order, and this was on June the 12th of 2026. So this was yesterday. So this is as recent as it gets, okay? It says here, this cause came before the court on the 12th of June, 2026 for a final hearing on the petition of protection of abuse filed by the plaintiff, that would be Melody, on behalf of minor children. And this was filed on May the 22nd of 2026. So again, this is a new case, y'all. This is not the case of Revenge, PORN, that we talked about a couple of years ago. This is something new. This is from May the 22nd. The parties were both present. Melody Holt was represented by her attorney of record, and defendant Martel Holt was represented by his attorney of record. I'm not going to read their names. It doesn't matter. Having considered the testimony and evidence presented, one tennis, and upon review of the submitted exhibit and applicable law, it is ordered, adjudged, and decreed that by the court that the ex parte protection order in the case on May the 22nd is hereby dismissed. During trial in this matter, plaintiff admitted and exhibited plaintiff's exhibit number 1, which was a court order. The court has no jurisdiction over that case. So I guess Melody brought evidence of a different court order or a different case, and the judge is saying, listen, this is a separate case. I don't have anything to do with that. You know, that court case is something different, and we're not going to commingle the cases. That's what it sounds like that he's saying here, because it has the court number, which is a different court number from this court number. It's 2 different court cases. And this was done on Friday, like I said, June the 12th of 2026. So then Martel says, Melody Rogers lied to the court stating, quote, he slammed our son's head on the wall, end quote. Melody asked the judge to keep my children away from me. The judge saw right through her lies and he dismissed it. Now, to be fair, there are a lot of reasons why this case could have been dismissed. I mean, the judge did not say in here that he didn't believe her. It just said based on the legal precedent that I have to follow, I'm dismissing this case. Again, that's what Martel had to say. Now let me read. I told y'all somebody just slipped something. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Martel also said, for years, there have been repeated attempts to assassinate my character in the courts and in the public eye. The facts presented, the testimony was heard, and the case was dismissed. And this is something else. Hold on. What is this? This is another case order of dismissal. I'm going to read you guys this. This is a different case number. Again, this is a different case number. This is Melody Holt versus Martel Holt. And this was dated March the 22nd. I'm sorry, March the 7th of 2022. So this is another case, March the 2nd of 2022. I'm sorry, y'all. I know it's blurry. I can see it on this side that it's blurry. I'm sorry. And here again, it says, this case comes before the court on the 7th of March 2022 for a final hearing in the petition of a protection order, protection from abuse order. Present for the hearing were the plaintiff and her attorney. She had a different attorney at the time, and the guardian ad litem in her name, and the defendant represented by his counsel. In open court, the plaintiff requests a voluntary dismissal, the protection from abuse order against the defendant, and upon review, the consideration of the same, it is hereby ordered, adjudicated, or judged, and decreed that this case shall be dismissed without prejudice. The ex parte order entered on January the 12th of 2022 is hereby dissolved. Okay, Shirley. I'll let you know if we're going out. I'm probably not going out today, but I'll let you know. Now here's the thing. A dismissal, like I said, a dismissal does not mean that something didn't happen. A dismissal means that the burden was not high enough for the judge to feel like he had to enforce it. I want both of them to just stop. Now, to be fair, I'm going to just say this. I want both of them to stop. I just do. Y'all, the mellometers ain't going to like what I'm about to say. And that's okay, because y'all really don't like what I say anyway. I really think Melody wants to take those kids to Georgia. And because of whatever the current status of custody and the laws in the state of Alabama, she can't do that. And I really think that is her goal. And I think that Martel frustrates her because he's fighting it and she's not getting what she wants. Do I think that Martel is a disciplinarian? Absolutely. He has said he is. Do I think that Martel is abusing those children? I don't know. I don't know. I do know that for children, it's hard to go from one household to the next. It's hard to go from one household where the rules may be one way and then go to another household where the rules may be something different. I don't know. But what I do know is whatever happened recently, the judge did not feel like it was enough evidence to put a protective order in case, a permanent protective order in place for Martel. That's what we know. Miss B said, if he's busting my son upside the head and slapping my daughter, I would never stop. That's fair. If that's what he's doing. I don't know if that's what he's doing. But if that's what he's doing, that's fair. They're both untrustworthy and vile. They will do anything to win, including lie. But the thing is, Mel said she was a disciplinarian too. I don't care for how either of them are going about this, but I think all things considered, at least the least Martel could do is let her leave Alabama. Why? Why does he owe her that? I don't understand why you feel like he owes her that. I don't feel like he owes her that. Listen, just because Martel is an asshole of a person and was a horrible husband I don't think that means that he gets to just let her do whatever as it relates to the kids. Again, I don't know if he's abusing those children. I don't. Hey, Toya, I don't know if he's abusing those children. But what I'm saying though is, as a father, he has a right to say, I don't want to be put in a position where I have to travel every other weekend hours to go see my children, or have my children flown in or travel to come and see me. Like, I don't think that's fair. She can, right, Xavier, she can leave Alabama. She just can't take the kids. Now, if she want to leave Alabama and why not move on and let that lady go? Again, it's not about her, y'all. It's about the kids. Y'all are making it about Mel. It's not about Mel. It's about the kids. Melody can go to Alabama. She just can't take the kids. See, this is where I feel like people are this is where I feel like y'all put people in a catch-22. Now, if Mel moves to Alabama, Mel moves to Georgia, and then Martel can't see the kids regularly, then y'all will be calling him a deadbeat. Then y'all will be saying, oh, he don't even come and see his kids. Oh, it's been 2 months since he's seen his kids. It's a catch. Like, you can't win. She moves those kids out of state. They can move and still see, but that's not fair to those kids. Listen, Martel may be an asshole of a husband, but he has a right to see his kids regularly. And for y'all to be like that he can still see those kids, that means that he has to spend money every other week to go see those kids, or however often he has to spend money, hotel, gas, all of those things. And I don't think that's fair. That's not fair. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take the adults out of this. I think y'all are looking at it from the point of view of, y'all feel like he was a horrible husband to Melody, so he should just give Melody what she wants. And I don't think that's fair either. I think Mel's point is that the custody arrangement should be, hold on, let me scroll back up. That the custody arrangement should be adjusted to give him extended time with the kids, holidays and summers. That will also be legal, and he doesn't want to do that. So Martel should just let her take the kids because that's what she wants. Both are parents and have rights. Mm-hmm. If she really gave a damn, if she really about women, if she really about to give him full custody and move, I bet he get him back in under 2 weeks. I don't, not Martel. Martel won't. Nah, he won't. If nothing else, to prove Melody wrong. His ego won't let him do that. I'm sorry, I've been in the same situation, and they are in this predicament because of him. So should he be inconvenient? So what? See, I still think y'all are making it about the adults and not about the kids. If Martel was getting the kids like he was supposed to on a regular basis, I could agree with him, but he's not. So they say. Again, so they say. We don't know what he's doing or what he's not doing. According to Mel, he don't even get them in Alabama. According to Melody. Exactly. He didn't lose his rights to be a father. And those kids are old enough now in the state of Georgia to have a mandated attorney speak for them, and they can say which parent they feel more comfortable with. Now, if the kids say, I don't want to be with my daddy, I want to be with my mom, if all 4 of the kids, because remember, it's 4 kids, that's a conversation. No, she would be financially responsible for the visits. How you figure that? Do you know if the joint or shared custody? I don't even know anymore, Chuck. I'm gonna be honest. This thing that went back and forth, I don't even know anymore what it is. I know at one point they were doing 2 weeks apiece. So Martel would have the kids for 2 weeks, then Mel with 2 weeks, then Martel for 2 weeks, then Mel for 2 weeks. I don't know what they're doing now, if I'm being honest. Who says he doesn't get the kids? Her, y'all go. Right, that's what I'm saying. Mel is saying that. Y'all don't know what's really happening. Mel is saying he don't come and get the kids. If you read what Mel was asking for, it was very fair. Well, tell me what Mel was asking for. It's not about fair. It's about control and abuse. My ex tried that, but thank God the judge saw through it and let me move. Why can't Melody just move and give Martel custody and get the kids during the summer? He's a bad husband, not a bad father. Martel is a jackrabbit, but he's a good dad. Mel pays his bills while he has them. Based on who? Who's telling you that? Mel's telling you that? That's what Melody is saying? Oh, okay. He doesn't even financially help take care of the children now. Based on who? Who's telling y'all that? Is Melody telling y'all that? Is that what the courts are saying? Or is that what Melody's saying? Okay. Mel said, because I went through the same thing. And both are equally wrong coming to the internet with all of this. The children can read. That's true. Melody married the man even when being warned. Well, question. How are each of the children? What do you mean? How are you saying? How old are each of the children? I'm not sure. I think the two oldest are probably like middle school, maybe freshman in high school now. I just don't know, y'all. The youngest one is what, maybe 4? Because she just had that baby when they were on the show. So maybe 4 or 5. But why does she have to move? It's a want, not a need. I agree. Melody does like to lie. People, she's not trustworthy. He can't. I'm just gonna read a few more of these comments, y'all. He can't even financially support them children, so he doesn't want them full time. Please stop. You based on what? Y'all are basing this on what? What are y'all basing this on? Who have y'all read the court papers, or y'all going by what Melody told y'all? Because are the court documents saying he's not financially doing his job? Is he behind on child support? Like, is that what this information? Because that's what I want to know. I want to know if that's the information it's coming from. You can be a bad, terrible in every aspect of life, but a good father. Sorry, these kids feel the brunt of his anger towards male trust. Wait a minute. You can't be a bad, terrible in every aspect of life and be a good father. Sorry. That's your opinion. But why does she? Okay, I just read that. Melody. Okay, I read that. Everything that's being said is coming from Melody, her words only. The two older children said they don't want to be with him. Stop speaking on things she says. That man ain't broke. Who said he was a good dad? He's not on child support. Okay, so then I don't understand how we're having all these conversations about what he's doing financially. If he ain't on child support, how can he not be financially, like, I don't understand. If he's not on child support, how can y'all say he's not financially taking care of his children? Now the message she posted makes sense. She can move and give them kids full time. He is not a good dad. I know the bar is low, but come on. Okay, Mariah's like 15 and Tank is 13 or 14. Okay. The court docs. So the court documents, he admitted that she helps him. Okay. The older two kids are the only ones that are able to speak by mandated court reporter or guardian assigned by the court. Is there even an order of support? That's why, okay. From the first episode, I said Martel is a garden tool and Mel is sneaky. You ain't wrong. A good father wouldn't make the mom miserable and vice versa. Okay, well then so if we're gonna say that he's a bad father for making Mel miserable, so then can we say that Mel is a bad mom for making him miserable? Like you said, and vice versa. So if Mel is doing the same thing to him, is that what we're doing now? How well do we know she's okay? How well do you know the kids don't feel her anger towards him? Right. Mel's resentment toward Martel will also be evident to them. I love you, girl, but we can't talk about this all day because I'm literally experiencing the same thing right now. And Texas laws are similar to Georgia laws. I understand, baby. If you gotta clock out, I understand. I was just reading the comments. I would think the children would want to be together. Where does Martel work? He owes taxes right now. He has liens against him. So how can he be able to afford to take care of his children full time? Because when he gets them, he does not get child support. Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, let me say this. And again, I know we disagree, and that's okay. And I've never been through it. So for the people who've been through it, I respect your opinion from your perspective of having gone through child support and going to court and all that kind of stuff. But here's my opinion. And this is just my opinion. That's how I feel. I don't feel like Melody should just give Martel everything he wants because he was a bad husband and because he cheated on her. Like, I don't think that means, oh, well, I cheated on you and I was a bad husband. So whatever you want here, take it. Sorry, not sorry. She makes more money than him, so the financial side is gonna always be lopsided. She makes more money than him. I mean, that's just a fact. So, he does have a job. Y'all say, what job does he have? Martel is on the show. He gets a paycheck for being on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I know we sometimes forget that this is a job for these people, but it is a paycheck. I don't know what he makes, but we just saw Drew Sidor makes $500,000 on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I'm not saying he make that, but he has a job. I mean, he does have a job. Now, what his other job is outside of filming, I mean, I don't know how he make his money. I don't know. I don't know. You know. Well, Chi-Town, again, I know you're going through your own personal thing, but I disagree. I don't think that being a good or bad father rests on whether you were a good or bad husband. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't think that. I think that you could be a horrible ass husband and still be a good father. I just don't believe that. I just don't believe it. And again, I know you're going through your own situation, so I mean, I'm not going to discredit your experience. That's my opinion. Um, yeah. So with that being said, y'all, we're gonna get out of here. Child need to get me something to eat. But after I give me something to eat, we're gonna come back on the other channel and we're gonna talk about Tyra Banks suing Netflix. We've been trying to find the lawsuit. Tracy hasn't been able to find the lawsuit. We're gonna see if we can find the lawsuit. If not, we're just gonna read through an article and talk about the article. But we're gonna talk about Tyra Banks is suing Netflix, honey, for defamation. Okay. Okay. But with that being said, we're about to get out of here, child, because we could do this all day. And everybody has their opinion, but we could do this all day. But with that being said, we're gonna get out of here, and I will see y'all on the other channel. Don't forget, all of the things somebody asked about when we're going to Louisville. Louisville is the weekend of October the 24th. If you're interested in going to Books and Bourbon with us, let me know. Ebby's birthday, my birthday. Listen, we got all the things going on around these parts. All the things going on around these parts. With that being said, y'all, I will see y'all on the other side. Thank you.